Ready to launch? Here's your product launch guide. Ideas start small, born from anything that might inspire you, or often from tough challenges that make you wonder, have others faced this problem? Is there a solution? And soon you find that small ideas grow, evolving into something bigger. For product marketers, launching a product is that big moment, the culmination of months of planning and seeking answers to the question, is there a way I can make life easier for others? So if you're a product marketer seeking to ideate, plan, and launch a product you believe will make an impact, you'll need to prepare. In this video, we'll guide you through all the steps needed to successfully execute all your pre-launch plans, lead your teams through a launch, and establish clear post-launch goals. So what's a product launch? Simply put, a product launch is when you introduce a new product or service to the market. Now, product launches are deeply collaborative and require input from different people within an organization to ensure the process is successful. Some of the teams involved in launching a product are sales, marketing, customer success, product, and of course, product marketing. Also, remember that processes vary depending on factors such as product type, industry, level of investment, forecast ROI, and so on. But typically, the process can involve identifying and targeting segments, designing product packaging, drafting marketing campaigns, conducting competitive analysis, and creating a product sheet detailing the features of your product or service. Not all product launches are the same, and these are often split into tiers. For example, Tier 1 are your all-hands-on-deck launches. These tend to happen less often in the year because these launches require a lot of resources and are also expected to have the biggest impact on strategy. Think of these as the pivotal moment for a company. Tier 4, on the other hand, can happen more often because they encompass anything from bug fixes to UI improvements. These don't need to be marketed the same way as your top tier launches, and so can be rolled out without much noise. However, no matter the product launch tier, you always need to ensure you're communicating with internal stakeholders, as in your teams should be able to communicate your value or vision clearly to customers, and they can't do that without consistent and clear updates. So let's talk about how to launch a product. The launch process is split into 3 sections: pre-launch, the launch itself, and post-launch. There are certain steps you need to take throughout this process to achieve your goals, and each launch stage requires a different approach. So during the ideation stage or pre-launch planning, your days as a product marketer are predominantly dedicated to research. It's a period of intense focus where much of your time might be spent in deep analysis and strategizing or hosting brainstorming sessions with your teams. Your launch plans should always focus on understanding customer needs, ensuring product development aligns with them, and involve iterative market testing to refine both the product and its messaging. Now, messaging is central to pitching your product, so if you want to achieve your launch goals, consider using a RACI or DACI framework to get the messaging finalized. You'll also need to create a product roadmap, outlining key dates in the development process to align your teams and build excitement for the launch. And since launches involve a ton of people, here's a pro tip. Let's take, for example, your sales team. You can put hours upon hours into nailing your positioning and messaging, but all that hard work can be undone if it's not understood and acted on by your sales teams. So use customer testimonials or data to show the product's value, break down training into bite-sized sessions, and make it interactive with role-playing or gamification. Ultimately, motivated and informed teams will amplify your launch's success. When you're finally ready to launch, your priorities will shift, and you'll have to make sure everything's ready to go. During this stage, product managers and marketers work closely, meeting weekly to stay aligned. Budgets, resources, and OKRs are also agreed upon. Then, with messaging locked in, it's time to focus on marketing campaigns that'll resonate with your target audience. Marketing assets like landing pages, email outreach, or videos and webinars should showcase the unique value of your product and guide customers back to you. Equally important during this stage, product testing. Trial your product internally or with select customers to gather feedback, refine campaigns, and perfect your strategy. Essentially, use this phase to adapt and improve, ensuring the product is truly ready to meet expectations on launch day. If you're still unsure about whether your product's ready to go live, keep a handy product launch checklist in hand. Finally, it's launch day, but the hard work doesn't end there. Once the product is live, the focus shifts to execution and improvement. Your go-to-market Tiger teams will have worked hard to make this launch a success, and you'll need to work closely with them to keep aligning well after launch. The steps after you've launched are often referred to as post-launch activities, some of which involve continuing strong marketing campaigns, staying connected with your target audience, conducting performance analyses in the first few months to assess campaign success, exploring scaling opportunities and entering new markets if possible, analyzing competitors to identify trends and adjust strategies. To give you an example of what this might look like in practice, here's what Michael Rohricht, Product Marketing Director at GoDaddy, does. 2 to 8 weeks after every launch, we bring everyone together for a transparent discussion. This isn't about pointing fingers, but about learning and improvement. We ask what worked well at each stage and what didn't work so well. Let the key takeaway here be that this final post-launch stage is all about continuous learning and improvement. It's about listening to your customers and teams to really ensure your product finds sustained success. For more resources on product launches, check out our website, productmarketingalliance.com, or simply head to the description below. We've included links to templates, guides, and that trusty launch checklist we mentioned earlier. See you next time.